This is. All right. Well, I'll actually say hi to the audience in the room with us. Thank you. Hello.
There's no
Thank you.
audience.
You don't know that. This is episode 45 of the Jovany Ventura Show. Edith is back for another episode.
I told you guys I was gonna be back.
Yes. Technically, it should have been TT this episode, but she's sick, so we sell our.
Get well.
Yeah, I was gonna say condolences. I mean, she's not dead. What the hell, dude? What do you say actually when someone's sick? You just say get better.
Hope you
get better. She will be on though. We just rescheduled her episode,
soon.
so we will.
I
honestly,
think it's just this whole respiratory infection going around right now. A lot of people are getting sick about like.
Yeah, it's true. You did tell me that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. But I'm pretty sure she has that. I don't know what she has, but she said that she was gonna go to the doctor.
Well, yeah. Well, speaking of New York, most likely I'll try to get TT's episode before we leave, and then we'll do. You'll come back after New York so we can re-talk about it again. Because that's what we were talking about at the beginning was the New York.
No, because you're gonna have another guest. You're gonna have Calvin.
Yeah, I have Calvin. Yeah, but Calvin is the beginning of March. That's our next guest. Spoilers. Calvin Melendez, my cousin. That episode. Full warning, it'll be mostly in Spanish. I mean, most of us are bilingual, so we kind of understand it, but it'll be more Spanish than it is in English because he's full Salvadorian. He also doesn't know how to speak English, but it'll be just more comfortable for him to do it in Spanish. So I'm gonna do the next episode in Spanish. En español. Telemundo. But yeah, that's the next episode. Then it'll be. We'll see how I do then. Maybe you or then, but TT before that. So we'll see when you come back. But yeah. But speaking of New York, you were talking about it, how you're looking into things, and you said the difference between in Chicago is a stamp, and then in the other one,
no, there were patches. They're patches.
There are patches in Chicago.
So like you were able to choose. We didn't really talk about our trip to Chicago.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Still by far our best trip though. I will say that.
Yeah. So you were able to go into a store. Like we went into a store. There was a lot of different patches that you could like choose from. You choose your hat. You choose your patches. Depending on how many patches is how much you're gonna pay because you pay for like the hat plus the patches or each patch that you get, and then from there, you have to put tape on the patch so it could be exactly where you want it, and then you just take it to the person in the front, and they just like legit do it
right there in front.
Yeah,
of
they just put it in this thing, and it's like they just stamp it on, and then you're all done. And then
question: would you want to do the hat thing again, or would you want to do the shoes?
Me personally, I think I would do the shoes because I feel like I only used the hat in Chicago when we were there. Does that make sense?
Did you use it when we went to the Dodger game?
No, I used my Dodger hat. Yeah. So I
feel like I've used my Chicago hat.
Yeah, or like let's say like during the summer, maybe I'll use it a little bit more. But other than that, I'm not a hat person like that. Like, yeah, I would probably I would want it for the aesthetics in New York, because you know how like people have like their like long coats and their NYC hat.
Anyways, before that, I'm just saying aesthetics. You can't even say. First of all, it's gonna be cold. So you can't even wear a hat like that.
But for the pictures, yeah, you can. Who's gonna know it's cold? Who's gonna know it's cold? Blacklight.
That's funny. I still know when you do the. I find it funny when you send the Peter Griffin one.
Oh yeah.
From Family Guy.
He has his nails done.
He does has done. Okay, so what's the first subject? Today would be a chill episode. We're not. I mean, is there news to talk about? We were talking about before. There's some Bruno stuff. This is some J. Cole stuff. That was kind of weird in my opinion. You talked about it too. Even though she's not, I kind of inform her on the whole rap stuff. Even she was like, okay, that is kind of weird. Yeah. But that's we'll do another next podcast. Right now, it's mostly just chilling, talking about random shit, relationship stuff because we were talking about that. So
I think people that like listen to our last episode, I think it was like the relationship one. Yeah. I think a lot of people did enjoy.
Yeah, they really we were a little more vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think the you would say like the perfect meal, I guess you want to say, would be like talking to something people can relate to.
Yeah.
Obviously relationship, friendships always fall into that. Parents, brothers, siblings, all those things are always gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
A simple one would be, let's say, if you're talking about relationships. Would be a good one. Do you think? I feel like we saw this yesterday, right? Spoilers. Whoever was there. Do you think sometimes there's such a thing called overstepping?
With like relationships or friendships?
Relationships,
or both?
as in like, well, both. Let's say you're in a relationship and you see well, let's take okay, take yourself out of it for a second.
Okay.
You're a friend with somebody. I feel like you've been in this scenario before. You see your friend, how their relationship is going. Maybe she vents to you, right, as a friend.
Okay.
Do you overstep sometimes? Have you feel you've done that before, where you overstep and you maybe give an
Oh, yeah.
opinion when you should have?
Yeah.
I love how you even hesitate.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, so do you think that's is that something you feel it's okay because you're like, well, I'm doing it from a good place of like, it's my friend and I know she's getting hurt. Or a
Yeah.
guy, would be a guy, right? But in this instance, say it's your friend that was a girl. And in that scenario, well, once again, the question is, are you overstepping?
Mm-hmm.
And is it okay to overstep sometimes, or you just shouldn't do it at all?
I think I learned it the hard way to learn not to overstep, and sometimes just to like listen and just be there for my friend.
Yeah.
If it gets to a point where I feel like, okay, like now I need to tell you something because it's like it's gone too far, I think that's where I would start overstepping. But in the beginning, I would give my opinion.
Gotcha.
When sometimes, they would tell me, I just need you to listen and not give your opinion. Or like, I just wanted to tell you, but I don't want you to tell me. Like,
Yeah.
because it's like at the end of the day, like it's their life, not mine.
Yeah.
Would I want the best for them? Yeah. But again, like
Their choice.
we all have to like learn
on our own.
on our own, yeah. Or like our own way. I just go through like the motions of the ocean,
My thing is, I keep it simple. Maybe I'm going a little too extreme.
Mhm.
But let's think it's physical or something like crazy like that. Only because I've been in situations where friends have gone through that. Or something crazy like that. I don't really feel the need to it because I'm like, let's say in my opinion, I'm like, oh, I would have left the girl over that when a Hempler, right?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, well, if you're not going to, it's like, who am I to say that? I can hear you out. Like, I think where I sometimes I guess I have trouble with, I don't mind you venting, right? Even though I do think there's a thing where like, it can't just come to me as a friend for venting. I think that is also a boundary of mine. Like, you can't just do that. But I'd say you are just venting and venting and venting. There's going to come a point where it becomes a problem if it's over the same problem. Because in my head, I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, bro, like, I heard this story before. Stop telling me.
It's like the same thing, but like slightly different. But you're like, didn't this just happen like a month
Yeah,
ago?
yeah. Like, if you're like, because every couple goes through different, dude. You go through this, X, Y, and Z. Like, we're talking about cars. I'm getting a car, right? Let's say he's like, oh, bro, like, when a Hemplo, I'm not saying that happened, but let's just say, like, when she got her car, I helped her out. Whether it be putting my name on the lease when a Hemplo, or on the financing, or I put a down payment. And then when I want it, she won't do that for me, right?
Mhm.
Clearly, there's an issue, but that's different from, let's say, like, every day you're telling me, she's cussing me out every day. You know what I'm saying? If it's the same story, I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear this anymore. Like, I get it. It sounds fucked up, but in my head, I'm like, you're telling me the same story over and over again. And at that point, to me, when you're venting and you're digging that out, I always said this, that's a lot of energy you're throwing out there. Then you're giving
Yeah.
that to me who's hearing it. Where am I going to put that energy that you're giving to me?
Yeah.
I have nowhere to put it. And
Well-
that's draining me sometimes.
I was talking to one of my mom's bosses about like, just like relationships in general, right? And obviously she's like a widow, like she's like she was a successful woman. Her husband was like in the military and stuff. Obviously he passed away, and obviously they were much older. They already had their kids, they had their whole life.
Yeah.
And she was telling me, she was like, in a relationship, if there's an issue since the beginning and it doesn't change, it's never going to change. In a sense of, for example,
Okay.
like, I guess we could just take an example of us. Like, let's say if I always leave my clothes on the floor,
Okay.
right? And it's something that I continue doing, you let me know, I don't change it. I think I'm just going based on like a small situation, not
Yeah.
like a big situation. But like, let's say I keep doing it. I don't like I don't change it. And it's something that really does bother you. And like, let's say you're just like, over time she'll learn, right? And then I don't learn. And it's kind of like, but you decided to stick with me. You can't keep complaining about that because I showed you that I wasn't going to change when you still brought it up, like the concern of me leaving my clothes on the floor. But she gave me a good point now. She's like, sweetie, if a man or a woman does not want to change and you already told them, like they're never gonna change in that sense. She's all like, because if you're continuing, like how you said, if you're continuing having the same conversation for similar things and they're not changing at all, like they're never gonna change. They're just that's just who they are, and it's either you're gonna deal with it and just continue going and just stop bringing it up, because again, like why are you gonna keep bringing up something that someone that you know someone's not gonna change that? You get
So
me?
it's more like, it's not that they're not capable of change. You just know they were not going to. So it's better just to accept it and move on than just keep bringing up the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think that's where like issues lie, right? Like
Mhm.
arguments, because it's kind of diciendo like if you keep bringing it up to me and I'm not changing it, and if that really does bother you, then like again, either you're gonna accept it, or if you're not gonna accept it, then you could just go. Does that make sense? I'm just saying it in
Yeah.
that. I'm saying it in
Well, I
that
know.
sense.
I
It
mean,
could be probably like
I know. I
another
mean,
problem.
you brought up the whole clothes thing. I mean, it's very simple, but like it could be other things too, right? It
Yeah.
could be like obviously bigger issues. Yeah, I think for the most part, once the person makes a choice of like wanting to change or not wanting to change, I think that's where the issue lies. You know,
Yeah,
because you're like,
but
damn,
you
okay.
can't. But that's another thing though too. I think that's where, like how I'm saying, a lot of issues do start because it's like you want them to change, and I'm like, but if you would like that person to change, correct? But it's like
Mhm.
if that person doesn't want to change, you're getting upset for someone that doesn't want to do that for you. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, tú te estás enojando más.
Yes.
Well, to them, they don't. Not that they don't care, but it's kind of like it's not a big deal. But to you, it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So who is getting more like wind up? Like
The person
the
obviously being
person,
affected,
like
yes, of course.
or let's say you.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the person who doesn't really care, be like, dude, this is what I am, or like,
Yeah,
accept
take it or leave it.
Yeah, that one's not even gonna affect you that way.
Yeah.
But the thing, okay, well, that's why relationships are so complicated. Well, no, not complicated, but complex. Sorry, that's a bit term. Complex, because let's say he does change, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you need, but then when they ask you for something, you don't change, and that becomes the thing. Is like, okay, well, but then the theory is not theory, but the more like the subject is like, okay, you shouldn't change for someone else, because then that's also a bad thing too. You just change everything you are about for the person. You should still hold yourself as in like, if you do change that aspect of you, it's because you know you truly need to change that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But it also does suck. It's like, damn, like I'm willing to do that, even though it is for myself to be better, but still like you feel like, all right, I'm capable of changing and doing things that she needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when that person isn't able to reciprocate that, that does feel an empty feeling of like, well, damn, like why is it so hard for that person to do it when to me,
It's not hard.
well, it was hard, but I still did it.
Yeah. Well, I also think too, it's like how they also say like it's hard to como dice el saying, it's hard to teach a new old dog new tricks.
Yeah, old dog new tricks.
Yeah. And it's kind of more like in that sense that if someone is so like, let's say they've been in relationships, right? Someone that's been in relationships for a long time, and it's kind of like, oh well, this has always been like a thing. Does that make sense? Yeah, like this has been like the normal for them. So then it comes to a point where you're just like, oh wait, actually I have to like do my own work too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because in like I think that's also like how I felt at one point too, because I was like, okay, like, well, this is like normal because I was never the problem. They were the problem.
Well, that's not nobody is.
So, but I think also too is just having to accept that every relationship is different, and just because one person lets you get away with murder,
Do you think
doesn't necessarily mean the next person that's coming along is gonna let you do the same thing.
Do you think society has trouble with taking accountability in general?
Yeah,
Think so?
yeah. I think it takes a lot for someone to take accountability for their actions, or
Because I mean, I was talking about relationship. I think in general, I think that's probably one of the biggest things. I think we have problems. Like sometimes, like you tell all the time, two people can be right, two people can be wrong, right? And in situations where two people are wrong, you just take accountability for what you did, and not take, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it's so hard. I mean, I say it all the time. The hardest thing to do is wake up and look yourself in the morning. I say that shit all the time.
Well, no, it's because sometimes it's like what Giovanni was saying, that like I usually always say that too, because it's like I could have my opinion or like my point of view in something, and then Giovanni could have his point of view and his opinion about something. But that doesn't necessarily mean that what Giovanni's saying is wrong or what I'm saying is wrong.
Actually, no, I'll give you a good
or
example.
like having to like, agree on each other's different opinions.
Yeah, I think when I was first looking for like a car, this is like way back when. I've been shopping. I was like being serious. Let's say like what, like a year and a half. Like seriously looking into it, or maybe
I
just like
think
a
it
year.
was like a year.
Let's say a year, right? And for a good while, she was very, very anti like trucks. You were.
Yeah, I
She-
still kind of am.
She
but
still
yeah.
kind of is, but what I'm saying is like, what people could be wrong, people could be right. My argument that I made, because I made a good argument, like, well, not argument as in like arguing. I was just like, okay, what? She just asked me a simple
Your
question.
statement.
Was no, yeah, and it was a fair question. It was just, well, why a truck? And then I explained X, B, Y, and Z, right? And through all that, after all that, and it was a great explanation, she was still like, well, I still don't want it, right? Because she just personally doesn't want it, which is fine, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. I have a different opinion, but it shouldn't be like, let's say I go buy the truck. Well, now I'm pissed off because I told you not to get it, right? Now, I think as long as you back that up, right, of why you're doing it, I think everything should be fine if that's a healthy relationship. But let's say you're like, no, I said no to the truck, and that's just my final opinion,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
I
bro,
mean,
like you can meet me halfway.
at the end of the day, like I told him to, like that car is gonna be your car. But I also was thinking more like in the future because I'm like, cars are expensive. Like,
Yeah.
and it's obviously like an investment, and it's like I was just kind of trying to think ahead, and he's all like, well, like, if we move, we could use a truck. Like work, I could use a truck.
My
like,
argument was three things: work, moving, and even if you have a kid, I think pushing 3 kids like, but that's a lot. But for sure, one kid could be
one
in the
kid,
truck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were just talking like future wise and stuff, and then I was like, honestly, I'm like, my car is like not. I mean, it's like 2020,
You can say it's a
Yeah.
Honda Fit
2020.
2020.
Yeah, so it's like a smaller car, and I was like, oh, I kind of want like a a little like SUV. Like it's just kind of like but it's gonna be. I know it's at the end of the day, like it's not gonna be both of our cars. It's just gonna be his car. But I'm like, I also want to drive it.
Well, she says that. That's why I told you. Well, you have to learn.
wanna
It's funny.
drive
I told them you have to learn to drive a truck. Now, mind you, when I say truck, I'm also not into those big ass trucks too. Don't think I'm thinking of fucking like
Says the
GMC,
one, I'm gonna
Chevy,
like.
or F-350. Which one?
You were saying
Oh
that
no,
you were gonna like
I'm a modified.
raise it.
I'm a
Ah,
lazy
you're
bitch.
so
I am.
done.
I am. But I think you can do things you agree on. Like this next subject, I don't think we're gonna agree on. The one you sent
Oh,
me,
yeah.
we're not. And you're about to see it live for cameras, live camera action. Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
Did
Wait.
you? Okay,
Yes, I did.
you did. You did. It's called. What is it called?
The taxi cab theory.
It's
A lot
called
of.
the
I'm
taxi
pretty
cab
sure
theory.
all the girls, all the gals.
Guys,
No.
you pretty sure you've never heard this
No,
before.
I'm pretty sure some
But I'm gonna
guys
stand
have
out for
heard
the
it
guys
too.
right now because
But again,
Gotcha.
we have different opinions.
yeah, so one of us is right. Okay, you ready?
Men don't marry the love of their lives. That's something women do.
So once again, it's called. What is it called again?
That's something women.
The taxi cab
This
theory.
is the taxi cab theory.
Men don't marry the love of their lives. That's something women do. Men marry the woman that is there when he is ready.
That's what we like to call the taxi light theory. Like a taxi, if a man's light is off, aka he is not ready, then he's going to pass by the love of his life, the woman of his dreams, all of these people. But until he is ready, until his light is on, he will not accept a passenger. And sometimes that passenger is the first person that walks outside and hails a cab. So he will quite literally take whoever gets in. And so when you see these exes of yours and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe he ended up with her. It's like, yeah, she is probably a lower quality, lesser quality woman than you, but she was there. She was just the first person that fell in his lap when he decided he was ready.
You need,
The
you
fa-
need
the-
a,
first of
you need
all-
a button that says clock it.
First up,
Clock
you
it.
do. Or where's the fa? That one? You heard that one too,
Yeah.
right? Actually, let me tell you that.
Yeah. If you've watched
Question: you want to go
Sex in
first?
the City,
You wanna go
yes.
first? Okay,
If you've
go
watched
ahead.
Sex in the City, you would know what has happened, where big, and like how that situation ended up. I honestly do believe in the taxi cab theory or the taxi light theory, whatever you want to call it.
There you go.
Because it is true. I've seen like a lot of people like me when I was growing up too. I've seen a lot of people like, oh, they were together, years of being together in a relationship, never got engaged, never got married. And then all of a sudden, this mofo ends up going with another girl, freaking proposes to her in like 3 to 6 months. And I'm like, what happened with this other girl that you were like so in love with and you were with them for like 7 years? It's like,
The question
how
is the guy the problem, or are you guys the problem?
well, why was the guy there for 7 years if he didn't want to be with her in the first place? It's like, that's crazy.
I'm just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. I do believe that is true, because it's like, you could be with someone for so long, and if a guy is genuinely not ready to be committed to somebody, you guys are just not going to do it.
That's fair, but that's not what you said, though.
That is what she's kind of saying.
No.
Yes,
no.
that's what
no,
they're
hold
saying.
Up. You said kind of saying.
The light turns on. Whenever that light turns on, technically the next person or whoever's in the passenger seat, that's the person.
See, but that's where I disagree with you. That's what I'm saying. That's why the theory is stupid to me, right? Like what you just described is cool. When a guy's ready, then he'll start looking for the girl, correct?
No. The girl flags the taxi cab down.
Sure.
Then once you get with that person, you're like, okay, like,
yeah, but
I'm ready to settle down.
But no, hold up.
So that person that you're with, you're like,
she didn't say that.
Yes, she did.
She said, I can play it again. She said, your love of your life maybe was already in your life, but because that taxi cab light isn't on.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance it'll just be the first girl you see, or a lesser woman than it was. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Which I think is crazy, because women telling men who to choose is kind of crazy, because that makes you the guy's choice, whatever. But anyways, what I think is crazy.
It's both. No.
No, it's not. No, it's not, honey. That's not what you're saying. When it comes to marriage, in the taxi cab theory, the reason she's coming up that way is because it's the guy's choice.
But I'm saying
it's not your choice.
It's obviously not our choice. It's our choice to be with the person. Yes, it is. Me as a woman, it's my choice to be with you.
Yeah, that's yes, but
you have to, in the beginning, let's say you had to ask me out, right?
Yes.
So in reality, yeah, at that point, it's your choice, right? If you pick me, but it's also my choice if I pick you, right? Because you could ask me out,
True.
correct?
But question.
Wait, let me get my point across. It's your choice to ask me, and then it's my also choice to answer and be like, yes or no. Correct.
But pause.
Thank you.
Let's forward the conversation. The taxi cab theory is talking about marriage. Can we both agree on that?
Let me look it up. Like the actual definition.
This is what happens when you about to smoke somebody. This is when she needs to look at the definitions. Go ahead, girl. Take your time. I'm about to get her. All right, so we can just talk right now. So this is the thing. She's feeling a little flustered because she feels like she's gonna lose the argument. So she has to make like Google. You better not do Chat GPT. I swear to God.
No, it's Google.
I don't believe you. I'm just saying. Better not be Chat GPT. Not when the argument. It's not. Yeah.
You could read it.
Okay, I'll read it. This is what it says.
Yeah, well.
The taxi cab theory, quotation marks, is a popular non-scientific dating concept originated by Sex and the City. Good job. Actually, good job. You did say that.
I love Sex and the City.
Okay. Go to New York.
I want to do a tour. Yes.
There's a tour there.
Yes. I want to do it.
Proposing that men commit to a serious relationship or marriage based on timing rather than a deep connection. So I am right. It's talking about marriage.
That's what I'm saying. I said it's about time. So whenever you guys are ready, let's say I'm with you, right?
Uh-huh.
You're not ready to commit in a sense of a marriage or like relationship, whatever you want to call it. So then let's say 2 years from now we break up. Let's just say, right? And then you get with somebody else.
Yeah, and within 3 months I get married.
Yeah, because you were like, yeah. I'm actually ready to be with someone like married.
Last sentence. Hold on 1 second. It just says when a man is ready to settle down, his light, the light of the cab, turns on, and he marries the next available.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
So keep going. What you were saying? I was just trying to finish the.
Yeah. Picture. So I believe that. I do believe that like.
But it goes back to the same thing we're talking about. Yes, I understand the man and the woman. I ask you out, you say yes. That is your choice.
For example.
But hold up. But the theory there, the marriage one, what I'm saying is that is where it's no longer your choice anymore. It's up to the man. It's up to us to choose. Do I want to settle down, like she's saying?
You're here. Uh-huh.
Do I want to settle down? And do I want to have do I want to settle down and do I want to marry this girl, correct?
That's correct.
That has nothing to do with you anymore. That's the choice of the man, correct? Then yes, you say yes or no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I would assume if a guy's gonna ask, you're gonna say most likely yes. I would assume so.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that choice has nothing to do with you. That's what you're saying. Then you can be with him for 7 years, but then he gets with the other girl for 3 months and marries her. Yeah, that's the man's choice.
Too. So then, okay, you just said that. So then why do some men stay in a relationship for so long?
Because they're
right?
lonely.
Well, that's another thing. For example, I was in a relationship for a while.
Okay. Would you admit you were lonely during that time? Or not the whole time, but part
I
of it?
wasn't lonely.
I'm saying part of that time, not the whole time, but part of that where you feel you were lonely?
No.
Then why are you with the person?
No, I'm saying that I was with a person.
Okay.
And I mean, obviously on and off, very toxic relationship for 3 years.
Okay, but that's my point.
Hold on. Then we broke up, right?
Uh-huh.
He got back with an ex, and then an ex that he dated in like high school, mind
Okay.
you. Homeboy proposed to the ex. Well, the girlfriend now, but the ex from like high school.
Okay, so
So-
by that argument, would you say that?
So
he-
was like I a rebound? Or like so
well,
like
first of all, it's
I
not-
mean, good
first of
thing
all-
that he didn't propose to me. Thank God.
First of all, for sure, you were in that scenario, you were the rebound. But what I'm saying is, okay, cool. But by that theory,
Mm-hmm.
let's say he was vulnerable. I don't know the situation, but I just say that same scenario, but not your ex. You just do it for all men, right?
Okay.
So let's say I'm vulnerable right now. And I'm being vulnerable. We're having a conversation. I'm in the cameras, but I just say, right? And I'm like, you know what, Edith, I love you, but I'm not ready to be married. Do you accept that, or is
No.
the thing okay? That's the problem. So you just said a man is when his light turns on, is gonna turn on, right? But when he's vulnerable and tells you, I'm not ready right now.
But that's
Hold
uh-huh.
up. Not, I never said I'm against it. I didn't say I didn't want to do it. I just said right now. What day is it today? March 1st, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, March 1st, 3/24.
Uh-huh.
I'm not in the position right now. I feel like I'm ready to get married today. Una ejemplo, right? Maybe tomorrow I
Well,
change it. But hold up. But then you said, "Oh, I don't accept that." But that's the problem there.
Oh, but like today or in general? Because you
No,
can't
no,
just
no,
say
no.
that
Once
today
it- no,
and
once
then
it-
tomorrow
no,
think about another
One thing
thing.
the theory is right. Is the whole point is the guy's lights turn on. My light might be turned on, but I'm just saying like right now I'm okay. Fine. Let's say it's
so
off.
your light, your
Fine,
light is
fine.
not on.
So let's say it's off. Awesome. I say it's off. I'm not against marriage. I just do want to get married, but right now I just don't see myself like selling
Exactly.
that. Cool. In that instance, but they're being vulnerable and telling you that. Is that guy an asshole for saying that?
No, but again,
But you wouldn't accept it.
I wouldn't accept it because what I would want is not that. Does that make sense? Okay, ¿cómo te digo? It goes back to the two people don't have to be wrong type of thing, right?
Yes.
Because again, what you're saying isn't wrong. You're telling me how you're feeling. You're telling me, hey, I don't think right now I see that, or I don't think right now I could do that. Whatever, that's fine.
And mind you, he said him. He didn't say I don't see that with you. He just said me personally right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
me personally.
But I think also too, it's more like, well, I do, right? Let's just say like I do, but how long are you gonna feel like this, right? In the sense that like I'm gonna have to wait for you to be like, hey, actually now I'm ready.
But this is the thing though too.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I do
Because
understand
it's
that.
like if that person like really wants to get married and the other person's kind of like, well, I'm not ready right now. Well, then that kind of goes like, well, maybe we should go our separate ways then, because it goes to that thing, right? You're not ready for that.
True, but this is the thing though too, and I think that's why I do want to put it on men for good or bad. It is their choice to get married. Well, it is their
It's
choice.
anybody's choice, men or women.
Well, obviously I'm talking about
Because the women también they book it.
No, but
¿Cómo que no?
no, but,
Yes, they
no,
do.
but I'm gonna tell you why.
They get cold feet too.
That's my point. So let's say,
That's why I said both.
hold
men
up, but
and
let's say the
women.
scenario. Let's say my light's on, and your light is not on, right?
Mostly women. No offense.
That's my point.
Mm.
I'm probably gonna say that. I'm pretty sure we can agree with this part. Maybe just this little small part. And I ask you to marry me. I'm ready. My light's on, but you're the one that's in the position of like,
Yes.
cool. But you think most women, even if they're not really feel like their light's on, they would say no, or they'll just say yes?
No, I think some women would say no.
No, I'm saying if you take a percentage, be honest, of women who are their lights on, how many percentage that one would actually face the fear of being like, no, dude, I know, I'm not saying I don't see that, but not right now, or would they just say yes? Just say yes.
No, I think women would say no, and
You
and
really think so?
Yes, because think about it like this.
I don't think so at all.
Yes, because think about it like this. You as a man,
Yeah.
right? You said that you have the power to. Well, you guys do have the power to be like, hey, will you marry me? Type
Yeah,
of thing,
and
right?
I'm ready, and I come.
Yes,
up to
and
you
I'm
I
ready,
say,
and I'm
boom.
coming in. But if you don't think that your other partner is giving you the same, how do I say it, like the same vibe, you think that you would. For example, I'm gonna use this as an example. You're ready, right? Your lights are on, whatever. And I'm not giving you the same vibe because, like, let's say you're talking about it, this and that. And I'm like, well, let's not talk about that. Or, I'm giving you those hints that I'm like, I'm not ready for it. You think that you would still have the balls to, like, ask me to marry you?
Goes back.
No, I'm asking you. No, be serious. Like, you think that if I'm giving you that vibe and you're saying, okay, I'm ready to commit to this person, I want to, like,
Come on,
ask
me?
her.
Me
No,
personally?
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Like, I'm saying
Oh no,
to
for
put
sure.
yourself
Like
in that mentality.
if I knew, like, I know I make the joke, like, not that I want to ask you before asking you, but in my eyes, I'm like, if I ask you, you better say yes, because like if you say even hint or like I'm like,
oh yeah,
hesitate,
like
I'm
if
out.
I'm playing around
No,
with you.
dead ass,
Yeah.
I'm out, right? But it goes back to the same thing. Okay, like I know you say that, but the thing could be you talk about your ex, but another ex, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about marriage,
Oh yeah.
and you were like, yo, right? Pause.
Oh yeah.
So his light's on, yours is not. But hold up.
It wasn't. Hold on.
But let's
take
say
it back.
let's
Take it
say
back.
he
Take
would
it
have
back.
asked you.
It was no. Take it back.
Mhm.
It was not. No. I think my light has always been on, but I think in that relationship I did mess up, and I think I brought it up before, like when the audios, that I was lonely during that time for sure. I'm gonna say I was lonely during that time.
But pause. In that loneliness,
No, I already no red flags on my end were already coming up because I
Okay.
knew that like. I think like at first it was like ha 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 jokes like yeah like let's do it because like all of his friends were getting engaged, all of his friends were getting married, we were getting invited to weddings, right? So it was kind of like, oh, that's cute, that's exciting, I want that. But then I started thinking, wait, do I want it with this person? Like, is this my person? Is this the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life? I don't know if I do. So then once it started getting a little serious was when my family started getting involved and having the same conversation. I was like, yo, okay, this is freaking me out because this is a little too serious. Does that make sense?
but question, let's say he would have asked you, in that loneliness, would you have said yes?
No.
You would have said no.
I would have said no.
Well, applause to you, because I believe most women wouldn't do that. No, dead ass. I'm being dead ass.
No,
I don't
no,
bullieve that.
I
I don't
would
think.
say- no,
I think people would say
I
out of the
honestly-
loneliness and the pressure, like you said, family.
No,
You'd be like,
no.
I'm gonna say yes.
No,
and like,
I
you should
started
just say
freaking
no.
out during that time because I was like, yo, like, this is getting a little too serious. Because then he would like bring up like, oh, well, like, where would we have it at? Where would
Actually,
we do
that's
it? How many people? He started like counting how many people. Like, to me, once it started like getting like real, it's like, who would you invite? And I was like, I don't know. And then he
No
would
one.
be like, oh, I have a list. And I was like, yo, like, this is like freaking me out because I'm like, I don't think you're my person like that. You know, like, I was like, oh, maybe not. I
Okay,
don't
but
wanna do
question.
this with
You know, you say that. Okay, but would you feel? Actually, that conversation started because you said the whole friends thing. They were getting engaged, this and that.
Yeah, like it's cute,
But it's
right?
the same thing, guys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it doesn't affect me, and I think you can, because we talked about that literally recently. Happened again, where they're like, "Oh, two people got together and they're together longer, and they're already engaged and married, and we're not, right?" But obviously, the girls.
Oh
yes.
yes. This was someone brought that up. Yeah.
Same thing with we're talking about the whole friends thing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe him. I guess he's one of the few guys that I know it doesn't affect guys. Me, we're talking about me personally. It doesn't affect me. Like him. Let's say my brothers got engaged or friends. It doesn't affect me. It'd be like, oh no, I got to do it. I would never think that way because, like I said, I think my relationship. I don't think.
Yeah. Everybody at their own time.
Exactly. That's the way I view it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Everyone at their own time.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna ask you that. So let's say your friend started getting. Actually, what's funny? The friend that we're talking about, right? Your friend, the one that you're like, oh, things have happened. You overstepped, right? You know what we're talking about.
Oh yeah. No,
Let's say you found out they got married. That wouldn't affect you.
No, it wouldn't. But I would have been like, that's crazy. No, I don't think it would affect me.
Really? It wouldn't affect you?
No, it wouldn't affect me.
Do you think it affects women in general?
Yes.
I think it does.
It does.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So
of course.
So we agree.
Because think about it like this: if you were with someone for that one would be crazy, Jova. Oh my god, I would have been like, yo, what's going on? No, I don't.
You're like,
If
are
it's
you
okay,
pregnant?
can I say, if it's a healthy relationship and they've been together for less than we have, yeah, I think it would affect me. But
it's the problem. Healthy can only be a perception. As in, like, to them, I'm not talking shit about them,
Yeah.
but let's say whoever this person is. To you, the perception can be it's healthy, but what if you don't know what they're going to be behind closed doors? No one knows what's going to be closed doors.
that's true. I don't know.
But
I
if- hold
feel
up,
like
but
I
if-
would be excited because no offense, I would be part of that damn wedding either way. Whether or not it's my wedding, I'm gonna be a part of that damn wedding.
But
So
hold
I
up.
would be excited.
But
because in
but your
reality,
perception, that would affect you though. If in your perception it's a healthy relationship, it would affect you. If it's less time than us.
Well, like we haven't. I mean, yeah, but like I don't know. I think about it. I think more about like I think it affects me now or like because then I see a lot of people my age getting engaged or having kids or doing this, and I'm like, yo, what the hell am I doing? You know, like I'm like, I mean, I'm traveling, so I'm
Well,
kind of
that's
like
true.
that's one
See,
thing
and
that I am doing.
that's the thing too. We are traveling. You're welcome. Um, but
So
in that,
annoying.
no, but jokes aside, you are traveling,
Yeah.
and most people would tell you, well, you didn't have kids or marriage. Yeah, but you're doing it the right way. You're traveling, then you might get married, then you do the kids, right?
My
No, I'm just saying.
correction, I will get married.
But what I'm saying is, in that scenario, right? That's how.
Yeah,
in a perfect,
that's how it is.
in a
In a
perfect,
perfect
in a perfect
world.
world, that's how you want to do it, right? You
Yeah.
kind of get it all out because obviously when you have kids, you know, it's a different game now, right?
Yeah.
So in that aspect, you're doing that, right? But let's say that friend who they really can't. Let's say I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm not saying that. But let's say they can't afford to go and travel. So
Mhm.
they're like, you know what? We can just get married because marriage is going to help more cheaper because it's true. But that compared to right, it's a lot more. It's just a paper you're signing. So they do that. But you're still on. Technically, don't compare on your path. You said the perfect scenario is this one, right? Which is you travel first, then you get married, and then you do the whole kids thing, right? But if someone chooses another path, doesn't mean the way in your path is not the correct one.
Oh no,
And
I
it shouldn't
know.
affect you viewing it just because they're decided. And you know we can't really travel right now
Well,
because money wise,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
I'm
get
gonna
married.
take back my answer. As long as I'm incorporated in that damn wedding, I'll be happy because I think I see everybody that I went to school with, like middle
Yes.
school and stuff like that, getting engaged and getting married. They're like having like their
Actually, that-
bridal they're having their bridal shower. They're doing all of that. So I'm like, oh, that's so fun. I think I would just want to be a part of that.
You know what's crazy?
Because I'm like, or being like their bridesmaid.
Maybe
I
two
just want
different
weddings.
perspectives. But what I see,
I just need my friends to get married now.
I see with my friends from high school, it's one for sure I could talk about right now. They've been together for a good while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the relationship they've been on, but they're not together as in like married, but they've been together.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that have been married, I know one, the girl who got divorced with the friend that I was cool with. They got divorced, had 2 kids. Then she moved on, and now she's married to another guy.
That's crazy, dude. This girl got 2 engagements, 2 weddings.
Facts. Then the
Period.
other guy,
Slack it.
the other girl, she has 3 kids with one guy. They never got married. Then she left that guy. Then she got another guy, and then they have a kid, and I believe they're engaged. So in my head, it's like it's very like just a lot of baby mamas. It's not really
Oh,
much
yeah, I don't
marriage
like that.
like from that friend. So I was like, I don't know. I just feel like you gotta have to, like you said, you enjoy your road, and as long as you live in your road and never compare, because what does it say? The comparison is a thief of joy. That's what it is, right?
I don't know what
That's
to
the
say.
saying.
I
But I do think so.
I think us as women, I think we have a hard time not comparing. Like I think it's more like, oh, look what she has and I don't have that, or look what they did but we didn't do. It's very like
But that's a life you're gonna set up just to be in misery.
no, I know, but I'm saying it's very hard sometimes because it's like, oh, I would love to do this but I can't do this, or sometimes maybe other people could do other things and vice versa. But it's like how Giovanni's saying, everything at your own time and that
So do you agree
your
with me?
own speed. Yeah.
Okay.
On that part, yeah, but the rest, no.
She's just saying that she doesn't admit that she was wrong. That's okay.
I was not wrong.
First of all, that theory is still dumb.
I
It's a
think
guy's choice.
I think it's a great.
And
I think it's a guy's choice.
just to
and
wrap it
everyone's
up, because we did a great discussion actually. But I think just to wrap it up, final points would be for me, that girl is dumb for thinking, oh, the guy wants his lights on, the first girl that comes by. No. Once your lights on, yeah, you need to start looking for what you want, right? Whatever that is. And you'll find that person and then you'll settle down.
But you
Not-
said that some people are lonely.
Not just the first person, then your light wouldn't turn on then.
Yes, it would.
And in that case,
Because they think
I
in
can
their
make-
head,
no, I
oh,
can make
I
the-
could commit.
no, I can
I
make
could
the
get
argument that even
married.
when you're not even happy or lonely, then you would do that. Yeah, you don't have to be happy in order to turn your light on and commit to somebody and marry somebody. At that point, they could just ask you to marry them while they're lonely. You know, the light has to be on. They're just saying it. Because again, the theory is just, oh, when they're ready to settle down, right? But my theory is marriage is different.
Yeah.
Marriage means you actually want, that's what you want out of it. And I don't think you're settling down for
Yeah.
someone less. And also, too, the whole love of your life thing, if we're saying that too, you don't really have, I used to think, oh, you'll have one love of your life. They always say that, right? Or 2. Or
Am I
whatever.
the love of your life?
Like I said, 1 or 2 love of your life. Why are you interrupting me with other questions? You know what the answer is.
Say it.
Say it at the same
Say
time.
it.
Say it at the same time. Look at me, at eye.
I asked you.
Don't
a question.
blink. Why'd you blink?
I asked you a question. Answer
3,
the question.
2, 1. Ask it again.
No.
Ask it again.
Am I the love of your life?
Yes.
What do you mean?
My eyes hurt. I couldn't blink. I was like, oh my eye.
Why? I never
It's the
said that you
light, dude.
can't
It was
blink.
hitting my thing.
Low key, yeah.
It was.
it's
I'm
fine.
telling you. But yeah, that was just the ending of that discussion. Do we have another relationship one or no? That was it. No. We were talking
Oh,
about
the picture that you showed me.
the picture that I showed you.
The one on Twitter or X now about the guy.
Oh yes. Okay. So Joey Swole.
Like about the guy.
Yeah, no, you're coming confused. Joey Swole, famous like bodybuilder, gym enthusiast. If you guys go on Twitter, you know it was like a big ass uproar, which I don't think it should have been, but I also understand it why it kind of happened. If I'm being quite honest, he posted his wife at a reception. I think he went to his friend's wedding, and it was a picture of both of them together.
Like a cocktail hour, probably.
Yeah, I could probably like send it to you so you can put it on the screen. It just says, "Isn't she beautiful?" Question mark. I don't know why she picked me, but I'm grateful every day that she did. And that got 9.4 million impressions. And I'm like, well, I thought when someone's like famous or
Yeah.
like
They
a
post their-
concert. Yeah, I think that's why. But then I went to go do a little research and I went to the comment section. And the comment section, they were going like at it, like men and women. But mostly men saying that they hate the fact that he said the exact part was, I don't know why she picked me, but I'm grateful every day that she did that part, because they feel like he's putting him like in order to big her up, he's putting himself down. Which at the end of the day, he's like, bro, like you have built this right, like the content, you did all this by yourself, which is true. Before he met her, he did. So why do you have to put yourself down? It's like no, like you worked hard for something. You could just say we're equal. Like yeah, I worked myself to be that, and in doing that, I attracted someone at that same level. Un ejemplo, right?
Well, also
why
too-
put yourself down to build her up? And that's when the discussion started.
Well, also too, you have to think about it like this. You kind of said it earlier too. You're like, you don't know what happens in closed doors. In reality, you
That's
don't.
true. Yeah.
So it's like you don't know how vulnerable or what he's going through. That like she's helped her, and I'm not saying that he's not a strong like independent man either. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like maybe he's trying to just acknowledge her and be like, like I don't know, like we all have our flaws, right?
Yeah.
We're not perfect, whatever. Even though in the perception of social media, it seems like, oh my God, this person's so perfect. This relationship's
Yeah.
so perfect. But in reality, we don't really know. So maybe he was just hyping her up. Maybe she does the same thing to him. Like, we don't know that. But I'm
Yeah.
like, the fact that people are getting so pressed
Oh
about
no,
it.
they were super pressed about
So
it.
pressed
It was
about it.
crazy.
I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, we could normalize men admiring their women or like lifting up their women, and we should accept women doing the same thing for their men, like, but it's like a lot of people just make it like so like this whole thing like, oh, why would you do that?
That's
like,
true. And I think I've noticed that in I guess today's society with the women thing, it would be like the post men kind of got upset for sure.
yeah,
With women, I would say like, let's say like in today's society, it's almost like frowned upon for a girl. Like obviously we're Latino. Let's say si tú me sirves, like oh, dude, he can get his own plate. It's like bro, like why
No,
are you?
it's más kind of like also to like the mandilon type of thing.
Mhm.
It goes back to this, like, oh, if like a man is able to do things for you, if you're asking, it's like, oh, like a guy is a mandilon because of that. But it's like, no, it's just
Common courtesy.
yeah, it's just like if that works for them, that works for them, or vice versa. Like again, you don't know what the woman does for him, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Like,
but it's
like she said, being equal or like, I do understand that part of putting himself down. He didn't need to do that, but like you
but
said,
I don't think he put himself down.
well, he just says like, I don't know why she picked me, as in like you're better than me. Like, why me?
Well, no,
Right?
but it's like
But once again, like, but
again,
flaws.
you don't know.
True, but flaw in my eyes. But I understand you're saying the whole flaws thing. But flaws doesn't make you less than. We all have flaws.
No,
You have
but-
flaws. I have flaws.
But what about if like he's mentally going through something and he's all like, damn, like she picked me while
Yeah.
I was down. I don't.
True.
Again, we don't fully know his whole life. We're not in his bedroom. We're not in his house.
What's that? That's
we
a-
don't know
that-
exactly everything that's
That's why
going
I
on.
brought
with
up the
this guy.
example of when it comes to the men thing. It's like clearly he feels away.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, men feel away because of what he wrote. I would say the same thing. I think, for example, especially Latinos, like I would say, like if a girl is serving their man, but well, he can serve himself. It's like, one, yeah,
Stay out of
he
it.
could, and two, it's like you said, what if that makes you feel good? Like because and you're not less than me for doing that.
Yeah.
You're not less than, right? But we have this perception, kind of like the men thing. If he just gave a compliment of saying, "Oh, thank you for choosing me," and quote unquote, he's less than. It's the same thing with a girl serving me. It's like, "Oh, she's less than." No, not less than. It's just part of a relationship. There'll be time like only you know why you serve me, un ejemplo, right?
Yeah.
Not because it's very different if un ejemplo, if you're miserable doing it, but you do it because el machismo, un ejemplo, right? Or misogyny. That I'm just saying, no, you have to do it. Then you can be like, oh, then you're not really happy. But if he's happy doing that, and if you're happy serving me, then why stop doing something? Like you're happy and I'm happy, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, why are you getting so involved? And that's what I view it too. It's like, why are you so pressed about somebody else's relationship? That's my thing.
Maybe
Like,
because they're miserable in theirs.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, and most of the time people talk like that, they're either single, they've been in a relationship, or honestly,
Divorced.
that or when it comes to guys, none of them are gay. No joke. Not for real. They're just like down low. They don't want to come out. It's like, bro, why are you so frustrated against women? Like,
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I know, like, I think the other day, last podcast, you said you judge people.
Yeah.
I do judge people. Men who are like this weird hatred towards women, and women who have this weird hatred towards men. To me, it's weird.
Oh, it's like that video that we were watching too, like the feminist.
Oh, the feminism one.
Yeah, it was like a two-parter. There were some things.
I mean,
that,
I don't have to play it, but
No.
it got pretty heated when it came to the whole children thing.
the abortion. Yeah, I think that's
The
really,
abortion thing.
It's a really I think it's a really hard topic for a lot of people because again, it's like some people have a hard time like having kids.
Yeah, having that conversation.
No,
and
no,
having
no, no,
kids,
no,
too.
having kids, and it's like kind of like, how dare you like other people going in, right? And then it's just like having that ability to create a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like not as hard as the other people, and it's like, like killing them.
Yeah.
In a
Well,
sense.
it got bad because one of the girls was like, "Oh, well, a guy's job is ends at ejaculation,"
Yeah.
and everyone just, even the girls who were like feminists, like because it was like a feminist and non-feminist, but it was like,
Side, yeah.
but it was like, at the end of the day, you can just vote how you wanted to. Like, oh, I agree with this one, this prompt. I don't agree with this one.
Yeah.
But when she said that, everyone was just like, "Whoa, like it's a little too extreme." To the point where I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Oh, she's like single." She's like, "Oh no, I have a husband and a couple of kids," and in my head, I'm like, does that guy have like low self-esteem or something? Like, I'm telling you, I was judging dead ass because I'm like, I can't see myself like a girl just with that vitriol against men and be like, oh yeah, I want to marry that person.
Yeah.
I feel like sooner or later you're just gonna feel like so demoralized. Like for that paja, I was just watching that and I was like, damn, like I just almost picture myself in a room with her and I was like living with her and I'm like, yeah, I can't deal with it. It's just too much. It is too much.
Yeah. I mean, I always said to him, like, everyone's body's their choice, but also to just be careful and cautious when it does come to that. Because I know some people that, like, have had it and it's just, like, not one time, not two times, but, like, three times. And I'm like, okay, that's, like, excessive. I get it. Maybe one time, the first time was, like, an accident. Yeah, I get it. Like, just
Second,
do
third
it.
time, you're just kind of like,
Second, third time, I'm like, okay, dude, like at that point, like start using protection, like do something else, like, cause that's crazy. Like, and it also takes it takes a toll on your body. Like, that's also like not a good thing either. It's like
well,
your body's starting getting ready to like carry a kid for 9 months, and it's just like, okay, never mind, pull it out or like take a pill. So it's just like, yeah, I think it's your choice, your body, but it's like also don't take advantage of that either because it could affect
well, people would
you.
say if you're pro for the kids, pro kids, you would be like anti-abortion, you'd be conservative, and if you're for abortion, you'd be liberal. But that also got into not with Luke Combs mostly, but he was asked about that. Well, different scenario. His was more about the whole racism thing,
Oh my
but
God.
that was the thing they talked
I
about.
need to pick me up.
Where's the? Let me find it.
I need to pick me up.
Actually, do you want coffee after this? Maybe we'll talk about it.
Probably. I had coffee. I was trying to help this local coffee shop thing.
Yeah.
Honestly,
We're gonna see Luke Combs. Don't do that. Come on. You wanna be honest? If I'm
well, no. It's just that, like, honestly, I'm like, it was just
Okay.
yeah, it was okay. Like, I thought it was gonna be good, but I'm like, I just didn't like it. And hey, it happens. I mean, I still helped.
you still hope
like,
that's true.
like I'm not trying to like bash on anybody, but I'm still like,
I
I
found
thought
it.
it was gonna be really good, but it's okay.
So we're gonna see this guy in 2 weeks.
2 weeks or 3?
Uh,
3.
3 weeks, no? No, is it?
Yes. Esta semana, la otra semana y la semana que viene.
So
3.
not this weekend, not the next weekend, but the weekend after that. Yeah. We're going to go see Luke Combs. And obviously in...
Hold on. The fact that you thought I was going to bash this person, I'm like, it's
I
crazy.
didn't say that.
I was like,
Well,
it's
not that-
crazy.
But, well, that's true.
I was like, that's crazy.
I'm just saying, don't be like, we're not we're not the Keith Lee of reviewer.
No,
you know?
I'm not saying that, but
Shout
I'm
out
just
to
saying,
Keith Lee,
like,
by the way.
you know how it's like when you have like a coffee and you think there's gonna be like the best, and even Starbucks has this too. It's like, you know, when like the color, you're just like, oh,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, but yeah,
So we're gonna go see Luke Combs, and obviously in country, not that to say it's very, it's conservative. We could just say that, and it's very obvious. Kind of like rap music, you would say it leans towards people talking about like the black people who are oppressed, which has always been in the concept. Of course, not every artist, not every song, but that is one of the fundamental structures of that type of music, that genre, right? With country, it's always been very conservative. Even to the point where, like, I think you brought up the other day, which is a great point. Obviously, when it was the Bad Bunny concert and it was the Kid Rock, it was very country, like it's
oh yeah.
MAGA, right? It's very that. So Luke Combs, they asked him about it. It says, "Is country a music place for politics?" And this was his response.
No one's calling AOC and saying, "Well, how do I make my album better?" Country music is a place where I feel like anyone should be able to come and enjoy the music. I'm not liberal enough for liberals, and I'm not conservative enough for conservatives, right? You know, and I kind of like it that way.
You were one of the artists in country that came out during the Black Lives Matter moment and sort of spoke out. You know, you'd been called out for past use of Confederate flag imagery. You immediately apologized, said you won't do that anymore. Then politics and culture changed. Does that shift in the political culture and the American dialogue make you regret how you approached those issues in the moment?
No, I don't think it would make me do anything different, right? Like, it's like funny. It's like that word apology is so interesting to me, because I'm like, basically, like, I'm coming out and saying like, hey man, I'm not a racist. How is it hard to say you're not like a racist? That's all. Like, it's like I didn't set out to be a political activist. Like, I want to come sing country music. People come to my shows. I want them to feel welcome. I want them to have a good time. Like, I feel like we just need more spaces, man, where we can all be people and just be like, we're all different, man. Like, that's the beauty of the world. Like, we came here to forget all the bull that's going on everywhere else.
That was it.
Period. Fuck it.
Well, I think, don't get me wrong, I see his point.
I love his music, by the way.
I do like his music a lot. Oh,
And sometimes it's like it's more personal. I feel like, you know,
Yeah.
when he's talking about his dad, or like talking about his son, or like, you know, how his son what he would want his son to view him, his wife, his relationship. I love all those songs. So I don't know.
like, don't get me wrong, like, for example, I said the whole rap thing, right? And he also talks about that too. Like, when
Music is supposed to be enjoyable for everybody.
yeah,
it's
and,
for sure.
and some
it's-
people, like, for example, last episode we talked about the whole J. Cole, the new album, right? And then the whole Kendrick and Drake, they all carved their own lanes. For example, it's like, yeah, is one more political? Obviously, that would be Kendrick, even from his albums. But like you said, I'm not that, and it's okay. Like, are there country songs that for sure are like that? I can play them, and they for sure I can play them. I'm not saying that, but not every artist has to tie into that. Like you said, if you want to talk about his dad, like, I know that one song by Post Malone, the country one, even though he went country, now the whole Yours. It's about his daughter.
Oh, yeah, he's talking about his
So you can talk about
daughter,
his daughter, like, yeah. And this is a song. Maybe the next one he does have political views, sure, but not every song has to be that way.
Yeah. But I think
Bob
it's-
Marley's a perfect
but
example of
I
that
think
too.
it's also like a lot of people, when you say, "Oh, I listen to country music," what do you think about when someone says, "Oh, country"? You're just like, "Oh, it's like."
Most likely, if you're Latino, you think he probably is racist towards Latinos.
Yeah,
'Cause
or like
it
not
comes
just
with it.
Latinos, but it's just
No,
like
but I'm
racist
saying-
in general.
Well, I'm saying because I'm Latino,
it's like
they're gonna
talking
think
about like
it.
this and that, and like, you know.
And if you're a white person, you would think he would racist. I mean, it's called spade a spade. You do think that because that's what most of them hear. To the point where MAGA or they always come out to those type of songs. Doesn't mean all the artists are like that. Clearly, he's saying, bro, like all I said was I'm not a racist, and somehow the conservatives thought it means I'm a liberal. I'm like, no, I'm not that either. But I'm just not. Like, why is it so hard to say I'm
like
not racist?
him, he was just saying, like, he's like, I'm just trying to do music and have everyone, you know, like, that's the beauty of things, right? Like, everyone being different. And it's like going to a concert, having everybody there, enjoying the music you know, no one's better, no one's less. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's just like equal, and it's just like we're just there
Yeah.
to enjoy the music.
And look,
and
don't
have
get me
fun.
wrong. Am I the type of person who like something when I'm driving late at
But it
night?
is kind of scary going to like a concert like that because
For sure.
you do.
Well, you're the certain type of people that go there too.
yeah.
Like I say, if I'm driving late at night, there's certain type of music. Even earlier when I told you that song, you don't picture yourself in the summer. Like let's say like windows down. I mean, they dropped the whole Bronco thing. But that's how I view that type of music. I do. That's how I view it. Now, as there's certain songs, let's say rap songs or even country, where like he's talking about his dad, like just sometimes like maybe when you're having a bad day, you want to hear it because it's more deep. For sure, there's things for everything. You want to go to a strip club? No offense, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to listen to this.
I want to listen to Luke Combs. Like Luke Combs, that's not the environment.
That's
right?
not the vibe. It's like when we went to Vegas. Remember?
Yes.
We went to Vegas. We went to this. I think. Try to see if you can look it up. Is it called like Red something?
Red. You remember where it was? Which hotel?
No, it wasn't a hotel. It was like a building.
Red.
Hold on. Let me see if I could look it up.
Oh, what was it? Oh yeah. It was the tall one. Yeah, I got you. It was Ole Red Las Vegas. It's like a 3-story. The one that has a bunch of country music.
Yes.
Yes.
When we went there, I was like, mind you, I like country music, but again, I'm very picky on what I listen to or who I listen to. So when we went there, it's like, yeah, like we were having a beer and it was just kind of like, yeah, this is not my vibe. like, you know, it's like if I know there's songs and stuff, then yeah, cool. But I'm like, some of the songs I didn't know, and I was like, it was just people like there with their beer and just swaying around. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, this is not the vibe that I would want. I want to perrear. I want to listen to Bad Bunny. I want to like listen to some Drake.
It's on literally on the strip, and it's called
yeah.
OLE Red Las Vegas, and
There
it's literally three stories. Like
I mean, mind you, the people that were playing, great people like that were playing music. But again, not the
live.
vibe.
And it's live.
Yeah,
too.
not the vibe that I would want. If that makes sense, that's not the vibe. I mean, it's like more like up, like
I think
David Guetta when we went to go see him.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's exactly what I'm bringing up. You're not really into EDM. I would argue even I'm more into it, even though I'm not super into it too. But compared to us, yes, I'm more into it. We went to that pool party. Would you not?
I was gone.
Would you not say that's the only music that almost like fits that environment where you're at? Like if you put country music or even like a reggaeton, it'd be like kind of, but it's not really the vibe for it.
Too, yes.
Okay, but you're saying va a estar perreando, for example, right? But if you go to actual Vegas and once you hear the different vibe, because then you're up top and everyone's just jumping, you're in the pool. No offense, yeah, in the pool va a estar perreando, all slow motion, you know, water goes slowly. Yeah, it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not like that. But
a lot of people weren't in the pool because it was freaking raining that day.
This is my thing.
People were getting wet. We're like,
pool party to me is dope. But would I want to go do that? Let's say at like go see Drake or Luke Combs at a concert. I wouldn't want to go see EDM like that.
Oh well, yeah, but I don't think that's the vibe though because
that's my point.
They have ¿cómo se dicen?
What?
Like EDM has
like
festivals.
Yeah, but that's different.
Because that's the vibe. But it's not. You're not gonna go to EDM.
But that's the point
that's
the point I'm trying to make. There's a time and place type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So for EDM, you're right. You have festivals. You have EDC.
But the concerts
you have
for EDM, I noticed that it's not like you're sitting down. You're legit standing. It's like how when we went to go see Party Next Door. You know how like most of the people were all standing. We just got the top.
Yeah.
It would be more like
I would show that again, by the way.
Yeah.
Speaking of P&D, look at that. That's where I got it.
Yeah, it would be more like that.
Oh, you should wear your shirt. Oh, you are wearing it.
No, I'm not.
It kind of looks like that one, though.
Yeah, it does, but it's not.
P&D. My guy. Shout out to Party Next Door.
But yeah.
We can do one more last subject. Let's just do a random. We'll do the real talk with JV. What? Yeah. I mean, we're getting close to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
What's something you want to talk about? Something's on your mind. You can talk about me too. It's fine. How much you hate me. Anything's been on your mind. Relationship, friendships. Friendships with etiquette. You want to talk about when you go out, what type of things you went to the club. Like, you know.
Take it to the club.
Want to talk about that?
You say what's up. Yeah.
Well, we can talk about, we're talking about the clubs, right? Is there an etiquette for women and for men? As in like how to take care of your friends?
For sure. I remember Cinco de Drinko with my friends and
want me to see the guy? Well, I mean, I don't think I think guys don't have too many.
We stay together, we stick together.
Yeah, see that's more of a girl thing.
Yeah, we stay together, we stick together, we come together, we're leaving together. Like no one's leaving anyone behind. And that's with everybody that we've gone I've gone out with. we have this conversation before, like my friends,
Yeah.
and then we're like, okay, cool, we know what to do. So like usually we get there, we get like a little lit, and then we bounce. But obviously, like we either have someone drop us off, and
Or
then
Uber.
and then we Uber back.
Okay.
So with that being said, it's also like having to be careful with like our drinks too,
Yeah,
because
that's it.
and then also too, if someone does want to buy us a drink, we go to the bartender. But that's also sometimes scary too, because you don't know if the bartender
and
is
him has, in
yeah.
cahoots with the person.
Yeah. So
but which is why you always have your friends.
when we
something
go
goes wrong,
all
yeah.
together, we see what the heck is going into our drinks, and then we get our own drinks. We don't have the guy give us the drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
Bathroom also is another thing. We all go
Really?
together.
Really?
We all go together, or let's say like
Why the bathroom?
Because you never know. You're not gonna go by yourself. Most of the bathrooms in the club, well,
Mhm.
the clubs that I've gone, they're men and women. They're unisex. Yeah, I know.
What place is this?
North Hollywood. No, yeah.
That makes sense.
So either way, it's like mostly for like the gays and the gals, you know?
Yeah.
You don't know what type of guys are there either.
Yeah.
You know, like some guys are straight and like you never know. You never know. And you know, sometimes like I even seen like
Like be
gay
better safe than sorry.
Gay guys, even though like they're drunk, they come up to me too. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
even though like they're gay. And
So
you can
I
tell.
get it. So that's what you would go in.
So we go as in a
in
group
twos
or
or group,
with
yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
But because like usually like if you know, let's say it's like a big group. Let's say it's like we went for like a big group when we went for like a party. So we went. So most of the people stayed there, but two of the girls we went to the bathroom. Does that make sense? Or if like,
Mhm.
hey, like I'm gonna go to the bathroom, 3 people, and also depending on how drunk we are. Does that make sense?
Fair.
Because it's like
Question-
if our friend is like messed up,
but
you're like, all right, girl,
but
like I'm
question,
gonna
do you
help
do
you.
a thing where like one doesn't drink at all and it kind of takes care of the other ones, or no?
Yeah,
Because guys, we do.
yeah,
We guys, we
yeah,
do for sure.
yeah, for sure we
'Cause
do.
He's most likely the designated driver.
Yeah.
it's a
Sometimes,
guy thing, I'm
sometimes
saying.
we don't drive. Most of the times we don't drive because sometimes we
Yeah.
still, one of us does drink,
Well, I only bring that up because the guys, I know you like.
but
and
most of the time we still go.
I understand why girls have to have more rules because it's kind of like you're girls, you're more vulnerable, right? In that sense,
Yeah.
guys, pretty simple. That one, two would be to get off quickly. Just be, don't start anything with anybody. Like, don't start a fight.
Oh,
and if
yeah.
you do start a fight, as the guys we know, we all have to fight. As in, like, if something does go down, then we all have to jump in there.
Yeah.
Guys, the guys we do judge. If I go out and let's say I notice, or even like el lado de mi ojo, I see that everyone's getting down, and you kind of like pretend like you're not gonna fight, or you just leave. Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
But that's also another thing though too. It's like we don't want to have we don't want a problematic friend. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for sure. As I said,
To take-
the first thing I said, don't start anything.
Yeah.
If it goes there because like I said
Yeah.
something stupid, then we all have to obviously get into it, right? But the
Only saying that when I was one time a problematic friend. Well, technically it was for my birthday and I got really messed up. And I got kicked out of the club.
and that's how we're gonna end the podcast. Thank you.
Well, no, I mean I don't remember. I mean I didn't get like
shit.
kicked out, but like I said something to like one of the
The
security
bouncers?
guards.
He's like,
yeah.
get the fuck out of here.
And then they're like, hey, they told my friend, take your friend out of here. And then, yeah. And then me over here, like, what's going on? I didn't know what was happening.
like, what happened?
Honestly, I don't remember. I just remember coming out from the back. They didn't even let me go from the front of the club. They're like,
Get your
go
ass
to
out
the
of here.
back.
No, honestly, I
But it
don't.
was great. I had fun. And I told myself that I was going to get messed up that day because it was my birthday. But everybody knew that. Does that make sense? So
They all
like
took
my
care of-
friends, yeah.
they
So
all
all
took care of you.
they all took care of me.
So everyone has rules. I'm saying.
Yeah, we do have rules.
So what would you say if someone gets like left behind and then like they're just like throwing up? Like you're that person. Not like you're that person, but let's say what if I think you're that
Like
person?
by yourself, I'm like, then they were not your friends.
Would you ever talk to them again?
No, I would cut it with a knife.
And you question, and if that person were to defend that person's action, what do you think that person is? You think that person is lonely, needs help, or just is?
Defend like if like let's say if that was me, let's say if I was like throwing
Yeah,
up.
and I go pick you up,
Yeah.
and then I do what'd happen, and then you're like, oh, and then you start defending them.
Oh no, there's something wrong with me.
There's something wrong with you.
Well, because to me it's like
There's definitely
my
something wrong with you.
friends. Well, also too, then those were not my friends because
sure.
I think my friends wouldn't. I know. I'm not saying I think. I know my friends wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Because I feel like also the same thing too. If I knew my friend was really messed up, either like, bitch, you're going home with me or something. I don't know. You know, because it's like also too sometimes, yeah, you don't think you're gonna get to that point that you're like, I'm fucked up. And then sometimes like I even noticed too, like I'm drinking this and that, and then it hits me and I'm like, shit, I gotta stop drinking. And I know myself too, because sometimes they're like, oh, sit down, and I'm like,
That's worse for me.
oh no, same. It just hits you.
It kind of feels like as soon as you sit, you're kind of whoa.
No, it hits me more.
And God forbid I'm in a car, put that fuck, I want to throw up. Oh no, yeah, stop.
Oh no. I never in a car. I don't think I've thrown up, but like I know when I'm gonna get to that point that I'm like, oh shit, like I'm really fucked up.
Yeah.
So when they tell me, oh, sit down, I'm like, no, just give me water. I'm just chugging in water because I'm like, what? And I told them to like, once I sit down, game over. Edith, gone.
Yeah.
Edith is gone. Like, so they know that too. I mean, now I don't really go out like that anymore. But like during that time, my friends knew too. Like
the last time we did that would be the Vegas.
Yes, but you see, like Vegas, like I was kind of gone. I was.
Yeah, but you didn't really feel because you were still having to walk.
Yes, I was up. I was still able to walk. Dude,
but
I was
as soon as she got to the hotel room,
I threw myself and I was like dead. Yes, but that was the last time that I really got like that. Because when it was Jonathan's last year.
Oh, but that was like way before.
No, but that time too, I got really messed up and I knew myself too. I'm like, dude, I don't want to sit down, but I had to sit down because we had to come back home.
See, but that one I felt it when I got in the car.
I was like, I don't even remember even walking in. I was like, I'm so embarrassed.
That was great sex.
My suegra. What the hell?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
You're so dumb.
Actually, no.
My suegra, I was like, oh my God, what is she going to think
Actually, it's funny.
about
Dead
me?
ass, we didn't have sex. We just knocked out. We both did.
Dude, we were dying the next day. We were dying.
Didn't we Uber Pedialyte that day?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we did.
It was the day that I took the death cup. Oh my God.
I did too, though.
Emily said that it was just
Emily,
Gatorade.
If that's true, say it in the comment section because I don't believe that.
It was just Gatorade.
That's bullshit. Oh, it didn't taste like Gatorade in my ass. I tasted it.
You over here.
Bro, I was panning, whatever. Actually, do you want to do it again this time we go to Vegas? A pool party?
I don't think there's pool parties right now.
No, they open until April.
But I would want to go to like a club, in the club, be all fam.
Pool parties, Las Vegas.
But yeah, that was the last time I did. I think that was the first time I ever saw me like in an environment like that because Jovany had to take me to the bathroom.
Oh no, the majority of pool parties in Vegas open early spring around March or April and continue through October. I always thought April, but most likely it'd be because we're going the second to last week, so maybe.
Yeah, but that was the first time that you ever like saw me that he had to be one of the girls. Him and Calvin. Shout out to Calvin too, because you and Calvin had to be like one of the girls to take me to the bathroom. Remember?
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, so
I was like, all right, here we go, guys.
There goes Jovany and Calvin having to take me to the bathroom, and it's like every time it's because at that point, like, and I hate that. Once you start drinking and you go to the bathroom one time,
gotta keep going.
Game over.
Actually,
that's you gotta keep going too.
Speaking of Calvin, he's actually my next week's episode.
We said that earlier.
Yeah, that's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
So next week it will be Calvin. He could tell you that story actually, and more to that story. Honestly, we were kind of disappointed. Actually, yeah, because of you, we kind of missed when David Guetta came out. So we can talk about that.
You know what?
We did.
But I was having a great time in the line.
No, we did. It was a good time.
And I was like, "Woo, yeah, empezó," and I was already like lit. All
right, guys. So next time.
Wait, but hold on. But what happened to Vegas?
Stays in Vegas.
Stays in Vegas.
There's nothing crazy happened.
No. You're so that I was dying the next day. That's what happened.
No, honestly.
But it was fun. No, it was a really fun trip.
Maybe this time we go and I have a tattoo right here over you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my mom will probably kill me. Yeah, all right, guys. See you guys on the next episode. It'll be with Calvin. It'll come out like always. Expect this episode on Tuesday, Wednesday, and everything on the clips. And, follow everywhere. This is episode 45 of the Jovany Ventura Show. Until next time with my guest,
Edith Valdez.
And we're signing out.
Bye.
Bye, guys.